In this video, we are going to talk about how to enter and exit Greenslopes Driving Test Center. The driving test will start inside the Greenslopes Mall car park and will also end inside the Greenslopes Mall car park. First, let's talk about where to park at the start of the test. If we are coming from this side of Logan Road, we will need to turn left into Primrose Street, then turn left and enter the car park. The first thing we need to keep an eye on is pedestrians who may walk on the footpath. Remember, we have to give way to pedestrians on the footpath. If there are no pedestrians, we will complete our turn. You can see that there are two lanes. The driving test starts from the right hand side section of the car park, so we need to choose the right lane. After entering the undercover car park, there are a few things that we need to keep an eye on. First, the speed. We should not drive more than 10 km per hour inside the car park. Second, we need to pay attention to pedestrians. You will notice that there are a lot of pedestrian crossings, and if someone is wanting to cross, we must give way. In this situation, there are no pedestrians, so we can continue moving. Third, we need to remember the giveaway rules. So here I'm turning right across oncoming traffic, which means that I need to give way to oncoming traffic. In this situation, this driver allowed me to turn because they are driving a large vehicle and I'm guessing they need more space. But remember, if they didn't wave and tell me to turn, they have a right of way. Next, we are turning right again, so remembering to give way. No one is coming from the opposite side, so we can turn. I'll turn right again straight away to head towards the driving test parking base. Looking both ways, there is a car on the left turning left, but I can turn and keep left so that they have enough space to turn. As you can see, this car park can get busy and challenging, so it's important to not rush. Now I'm going to park the car, so I indicate and reverse inside one of these parking spots. If you are taking your driving test at Greenslopes, make sure you park in the parking bay which is reserved for the driving test. Now let's talk about getting out. To get out of the car park, there are a few things to remember. First, we need to prepare by putting our foot on the brake and putting the car in gear. I'm driving a manual car, so I put the car in first gear, but most people will probably be driving an automatic car, so you want to put the car in drive. We also need to release the handbrake or the parking brake, whichever your car has. Next, I need to check the surroundings, and if there is no one coming, we can put on a right indicator. It's safe to go, so we can turn right. Also, we need to remember to drive at a slow speed. Remember, the sign earlier says that 10 km per hour. At the end, we are turning right, so we put on a right signal. Here's one thing to notice straight away is it's quite hard to see. They've put this mirror here to help drivers turning left or right see oncoming traffic. I see no one in the mirror, so I creep forward and confirm that it's safe to turn by having a direct vision to the left. After turning right, we need to be more careful. A number of people actually fail their driving test here while exiting because the space is tight and sometimes they turn too early and get too close to the pillar on the left or turn too late and mount the curb. Here's how to navigate through this turn. First, once we turn right, this is actually a one-way, so we signal left, then position the vehicle a bit more to the right. You can see that there is this sign which shows that we cannot turn right, so the only option is to turn left, but we will need to indicate and give way to any oncoming traffic. If it's safe to turn, we want to look into the turn first before steering. This is important because if we don't look into the turn, we are more likely to turn too early and get too close to this pillar here, or turn too late and hit the curb. There is no oncoming traffic, so I look into the turn, then steer left. Another thing to monitor is that after turning left, we have to look out for pedestrians on the footpath. If there are pedestrians, we have to give way to them. The last thing to deal with is turning left or right into Primrose Street depending on the driving examiner instructions. Here I'm turning right. It's quite hard to see, so I need to be more careful and not rush the turn. The trick is to inch forward and even lean forward if necessary so that we have a good visibility. Here it's safe, so I can complete my turn. The last thing I want to talk about is getting back into the car park at the end of the driving test. So here also it's very easy to fail the driving test in the last 60 seconds. For example, if someone failed to give way to a pedestrian or mount the curb. We are turning left from Logan Road to Primrose Street. So we check our left side mirror, indicate left, and turn into the slip lane. Check the right into the slip lane, and then when safe, continue with the left turn. If there is a car coming, we need to stop. To enter the car park, we need to slow down and make sure there are no pedestrians crossing the footpath, and then turn. This time around, the driving examiner will instruct you to stay in the left lane because when returning from the driving test, you need to park in the left section of the car park, keeping the speed slow and scanning through the pedestrian crossing. No one is there, so we can continue. Next, we need to turn left. But this turn is quite sharp. So even though this driver turning from the side road has a give way sign and they need to give way to me, we don't have enough space to turn left. So what do? We let this person from the side turn first, then turn after them. If we attempt to turn, we'll end up either turning too early and potentially hitting this pillar, or turning late and potentially hitting this driver coming from a side road. Once they turn, we look into the turn, then steer. Remember to look into the turn first because this will help you judge how sharp the turn is. Also, another tip I can give is to wait until the left side mirror is in line with this pillar first before steering. Now we are going to park the car in the test parking spots. Also, we need to take care because there is one more pedestrian crossing, so we have to scan for pedestrians and give way if necessary. No one is there, so we can continue. The tip I can give here is to just park forward and choose the easiest parking. In my case, I can just drive straight into this parking spot. I hope you learned something from this video, and if you enjoyed watching it, you can give the video a thumbs up and also subscribe for more driving related videos. Remember, practice makes progress, and if you are doing a driving test soon, I wish you the best of luck. See you in the next video.